All right. The next section, you have to be an 18 or older. You have to be an adult. Basically, this is for adult content because we're gonna talk about making babies. Just kidding. Not in human, but in bugs and insects. Okay. We also found that alkane it's used in terms of the communication between insects. For example, moth right here, so they use in the reproductive purpose, right? For cockroaches, used in aggregation. So one cockroaches, let's say they found food and they just leave the pheromone there, and the rest just like single file follow the first cockroach basically. And the pheromone, okay, take a look right here. So mostly in alkane, we have a little bit alkene here, but mostly alkane. And these alkane are very specific to species. Well, let's be real here. We will never see that a cockroach is humping a moth. First of all, that's gross, and two, that's never happened because the pheromone of moth doesn't work with cockroaches. They don't recognize it because they have different receptor and different pheromones. Okay, and for types of pheromone, there are quite a lot. Not just this. We have another example here. So this one with type of flower. I think that's orchard type of flower, and this type of flower have used the chemical mimicry, which means that they can mimic the pheromone of a certain bugs. For example, all right, let's say we have what is this? Bees, a male and female, right? And of course, this guy also used pheromone, which is an alkane for reproductive system. Like female comes in, let out the pheromone, and the male bees recognize it, and they go do some activities. Okay, but here's the thing though. These flowers, I look at right here. You can see that. Also, not only it looks like bee, they also have the pheromone that really similar to the pheromone that they use in bees, right? That these bees have. Which means that the male is going to be like, oh, that's the female. Let's go hum. Boop. Gets on the flower, right? And that's how what's it called? The flower reproduce using bugs and insects to help them reproduce. And this we call chemical mimicry is so successful that compromise the reproductive success in some certain type of insect. It's really working. All right. All right, there are tons of alkane, right? So, and the first thing that we need to be able to do is to communicate. If I talk about this alkane, I have to name it, and you need to know what I'm talking about. Okay, there will be two types of names that I'm going to use very often. The first type is we call International Union Period applies to the IUPAC. Okay, we call IUPAC system. Right. The other one is the nickname, which also very common for a certain type of compound. For example, urea, that's the common name. The real name is longer, much longer than that. All right. Morphine, we call the whole thing here morphine. But an IUPAC name is a long name, the official name. Okay. Another type of IUPAC name and common names that you might be familiar with, we have ethene, that's an IUPAC, right? But we call them ethylene. Ethyl, we got alkyne because ethyl, but you probably have heard the word acetylene more often, right? Another one we have methanoic acid. This is carboxylic acid, but we call formic acid. This is an acid in an ant. Formica means ant in Latin, right here. All right, and we got a propanone, but you guys know as acetone. That's the nickname, right? Propanone, that's an IUPAC name. Okay, and we use these to number to indicate how many carbons are in the molecules that you guys are talking about. Now we're gonna talk about it on the next video. All right, it's super simple, so don't freak out. This is really simple.